Most people are still stuck back in 2022, building overcomplicated funnels that make people see right through you and distrust you. Because the truth of the matter is, your VSL scripts, your email automations, and your old-ass landing pages are so overused that it triggers the same response in every single person. Somebody is trying to sell me something here. That's why ever since we pivoted to avoiding funnels as much as possible, I made my clients over 900K in profit in 2025 alone. So let me show you why the best funnel in 2026 is no funnel at all, and how our clients are dominating the market with our no funnel strategy. Alright, so to understand the system, you need to know how human psychology actually works. And the best way to explain this is to think back to the last time you saw an advertisement so often that it pissed you off. It might be an ad on Instagram, TV, or even YouTube. After the 6th or 7th time, you probably stop paying attention to the ad and you just wait for the skip ad button to watch your video. That process is what David Ogilvy called stimuli fatigue. He was a marketer behind the success of Amex, Dove, Shell, and Rolls-Royce. He describes that a person can see the same advertisement up to 7 times until the advertisement loses its effect completely. Because the more often you see that advertisement, the more you remember what is about to happen. You already know what's gonna happen. Imagine you rewatch the same movie like 7 times a week. Even Toy Story would become boring. So what do you imagine happens when I visit your landing page? When I see your headline, your sub-headline, your free training that's actually a VSL, and your Calendly integration below the VSL, and your results below the VSL, and the description of what you get inside the product, and the description of what you get inside the call, I know what's about to happen. And I click off before you catch my intrigue. Or even worse, what if your VSL starts with the same f***ing hook like every other f***ing VSL out there? If you're a coach or consultant making 20K a month, this system will scale you to 100K a month in 60 days with only 2 hours a week. I will make you into 40 in your knee. Shut the fuck. People will raise their guard. They know exactly what you're trying to do and their ego will stand in between you and them. So how do you do it? How do you avoid stimuli fatigue and market to people when they are most vulnerable, when they don't raise their guard and they're more prone to trust and buy from you? We once worked with a client called Jake Tran. At the time, he was selling a coaching offer via cold ads, and he asked me to help him to get into organic. His first video blew up, and we uploaded a VSL on YouTube, and he scaled from 7K to 42K a month organically in 60 days only. But here was actually the crazy part. It wasn't with 42K. One day, his team messaged me because their lead tracking for their cold ads showed something incredible. On top of the 42K a month, almost every lead from their cold ads that paid in full on the first call watched his content on YouTube after seeing the ad before he hopped on the sales call. Because that YouTube content nurtured them so well that they were pre-sold once they showed up on the call. Because people don't raise their guard when they're on platforms like YouTube and Instagram because they use these platforms every single day. It's not a website that they don't know, a domain that they've never clicked on. They are here to consume, so they're vulnerable to accept the information you give them, even if that information sells to them seamlessly. So from then on, with every single client, we did 90% of the marketing without a single funnel, but we did it on YouTube and Instagram. So this is the no funnel strategy. It consists of YouTube and Instagram, and the goal is that 60 to 100% of the marketing that we need to make a sale is done on the platforms, Instagram and YouTube, and only 0 to 40% of the marketing is going to be done via a funnel. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to be either or and go, oh, only on platform or only off platform or only ads or only organic or any of these battles online that don't make any sense. Let me tell you from experience, whenever somebody tells you this is better than this, 99% of the time, the combination of both will get you the best result. Quantity and quality, quality. Somebody telling you gotta upload a YouTube video a day, and somebody telling you gotta upload a video a month, both of them are probably wrong. And here's the same. I don't want to start a war. It's not either or, it's both. So what is on-platform marketing? On-platform marketing consists of 4 parts: seamless FOMO, YouTube case studies, pre-handling objections, and YouTube VSLs. So it basically builds on the foundation that you use all the objections and the goals, desires, and dreams of your clients or your audience. And the first way is through seamless FOMO. Seamless FOMO is basically seamlessly building the fear of missing out on your product, so that people have a fear of missing out on buying your product, like for example, Apple does when they release a new product. And the way we do that is through different ways. One of it is to tell client stories inside your YouTube videos. You remember how I told you the story of Jake Tran, of how he got this amazing result of getting to 42K a month? Well, not only did it make you listen to what I was about to say because your result is very impressive, but you also know that one of my clients scaled from 0 to 42K a month in 60 days. Not 0, 7K. 7K to 42K. I'm sorry. Or mentioning or showing the product over and over again. Let me show you an example, right? Let's look at Iman Ghazi, for example. One of my, I wouldn't wouldn't say my mentors, but I learned a lot from him inside 8FL. He bought a $75 million business, which was consulting.com. So instead of telling people, I have this amazing product and I have consulting.com and you should buy consulting.com. No, he's just presenting it. He's putting it in front of people by showing people, look at the mastermind that we hosted inside consulting.com, which is great marketing because it's seamless. It doesn't convey desperation, but just here's our product. Look at it. I know it's amazing. Buy it or don't buy it. You kind of detach from the outcome. There's a sentence, if you want to catch a butterfly, build a beautiful garden. And if no butterflies come, you still have a great garden. The second one is Big Day, where he does it through Big Day, where he goes for a run and he shows how he is drinking Big Day before he goes on a run or after he goes for a run or before he works, and he explains the product. And the biggest one ever is Godzi. You can literally see how they're wearing their Godzi glasses every single time in every single vlog and YouTube video just to put it in front of the faces of people. And that, believe it or not, is very often very easy to make a sale. Even if you don't make a sale on the video, launching an ad after the video will literally just result in more sales because people have seen the product so often that they feel familiar to it. That is what you call the mere exposure effect. And you can do that on your Instagram as well by showing them Godzis and Big Day together with a private jet, etc., etc. The second one is through YouTube case study interviews. YouTube case study interviews are honestly the most powerful method I've ever used. 70% of our on-platform marketing is done through proper YouTube case study interviews. I'm not gonna lie. There's this YouTube case study interview that I have of Oscar Patel, one of my clients, how he built a 110K a month profit coaching and became an industry leader. The purpose is not to flex results, but show that this person was just like you, has achieved their dreams, desires, and goals with my product. He started at 8K a month, and he had very simple problems that a lot of other people have that today come to me to get help from me. So if I'm going to show them, hey, this guy has the exact same problems as you, and he makes the exact same money like you, and he scaled to 125K a month in 3 months. Of course, I'm not promising you're going to become a fucking millionaire in 90 days, but I can at least get you to 20K a month if I got him to 110. And the way that we do that is we always structure the case study interviews in the same way. First one is an internal struggle. What was the rock bottom moment? What did you have to do that you hated? What things did you want to do that you couldn't? The second is external struggle. What were your objective metrics before starting? Money, weight, girlfriends, dates, whatever. Number 3, skepticism. What were your main concerns about buying? Those are usually the main objections. Number 4, overcome. What made you do it anyways? Number 5, external victory. What are your objective metrics now? Number 6, internal victory. What's been the best moment since? What can you do now you couldn't do before? And what things did you hate doing you don't have to do it anymore? And then you take all these 6 and you basically showcase the transformation to build intrigue, outlining number 1, 2, 5, and 6 in the 30-second intro. If you want to see a more in-depth example and explanation of a YouTube case study interview, I've actually taken all the strategies of on-platform marketing and I've put all of them into one singular playbook. You can get access to that playbook by DMing me playbook on Instagram. The first link in the description will lead you to my Instagram account. The third way is to pre-handle objections. Pre-handling objections is very self-explanatory. For example, you can make a YouTube video about an objection. Imangazi made a video that was called The Laziest Way to Make Money with AI, in which he basically took all the objections that they had from their last launch of why people didn't buy, and they just explained all of it inside this video, and they continue to do that every single launch over and over again until there are no objections left. And that's what you're supposed to do as well. I did that. I had a lot of people tell me my niche is different. I sell to rich people only. They don't use social media. So I made a video that's called How to Create Content that makes rich people buy without sales calls. Or 2, create Instagram stories pre-handling these objections. For example, we have Instagram sequences like this one where I tell the result, I outline the pain points, and on the way I pre-handle the objections by showing results and telling them, hey, by the way, how are you supposed to pull that off without knowing more about your clients than they do? A lot of people just don't believe that I can get amazing results for people just by knowing every single fucking thing about their audience. I am to know every single fucking thing about my clients' audiences, that they are almost surprised by how much research I do. And when they wonder why their VSLs and their copy and their marketing and their YouTube videos and their Instagram videos start converting so much. It's like, yes, I know more about your clients than you do. And this is the perfect example for it. And then I pitch them. Or number 2 is Instagram Q&As. Mason is a great example. The moment Mason joined, Mason posted his first Instagram story. And the first Instagram story he ever posted actually got him his first 6K deal, paid in full. And that's just because his Instagram Q&As are so fucking good. And it's always the same framework. Pick a question that gets asked commonly, leading to doubts of you, your age, your product, you don't get results, your own ability, I don't have enough time to execute on your product, for example. Then you frame yourself and then you give a solution. Mason is a health coach. He's telling people to eat raw meat to get healthier. And it works. But how is a 19-year-old going to tell you, eat raw meat? What he needs to tell you is not, hey, the solution is to eat raw meat. He needs to tell you, hey, after literally having coached more than 200 members inside my school community who have all consumed raw meat, I can tell you, you can consume raw meat under the circumstance that you source it from these sources, etc., etc. And then he gives the solution, sourcing it. And then you repeat that 5 times and then you show results. So quite simple. Can you give advice for when someone's just starting to eat raw meat and explains how to source it? Do you have a more recent pic of your iris, not the one of like 4 months ago, like more recent? It was an objection because basically him making himself healthier led to his iris turning from brown to green, which sounds crazy, but he has every single proof and every explanation of it, which is why he can pre-handle that objection. Q&A, a protocol for hair loss. Same thing. He explains how he has literally helped people between the ages of 25 to 55 reduce their hair loss or even reverse it before explaining the protocol. And then he shows some results of his client gaining weight, his client reversing his hair loss in 40 days, and another one helping him clear his skin. Now, the 5th way is YouTube VSLs. VSLs are structured very similarly to YouTube videos. If your VSL isn't qualifying at the beginning, but at the end of it, it can perform on YouTube. Otherwise, your watch time is too bad for it to grow. If you take a VSL and instead of qualifying people in the beginning, and you instead qualify them at the end of a video, right before you do the pitch, the call to action, or after the call to action, or in the middle of a video, you actually end up getting a lot of views and a very high watch time. Because VSLs are designed to have a high watch time. And if your video has a high watch time and is packaged the right way, it is going to work very fucking well on YouTube and get you clients passively. And if it doesn't get you clients passively, it at least pre-handles all the objections of the current audience that you have very, very, very well. Because the goal in marketing is to get somebody from only being aware of the fact that they have a problem or there is a solution to knowing your product and knowing that your product actually works, which is called product aware and most aware. And the only goal of a YouTube VSL is to get somebody from problem or solution aware all the way to product aware. So why not upload it on YouTube before people need to click on your landing page? Before only 5% of people who watch your video click on the link in the description. But show it to 100% of them, all of them. Why not? And don't get me wrong, this will not convert as well as a landing page VSL. A landing page VSL will convert better because there's a button right down below and people are more prone to buy because they went on the landing page to buy. But the YouTube VSL gets more views. We always use the same structure: hook, intro, credibility, sell the method, sell the product, give them a call to action, qualify them, give them scarcity, give them a call to action again. I've synthesized all of the systems and strategies of on-platform marketing into one playbook, which you can get by DMing me playbook on Instagram. The first link in the description will lead you directly to my Instagram account.